Have you ever wondered what happens to passengers who board a train that shouldn't exist? February 1995, Tokyo. The morning commute was disrupted by something that defied all explanation. A train pulled into Shibuya Station at exactly 8:47 a.m., completely empty. No conductor, no passengers. Yet the doors opened with mechanical precision, right on schedule. Station security rushed to investigate. The CCTV footage revealed something that still haunts them today. Shadows moving inside the empty carriages. Dark silhouettes that had no source, no explanation. These weren't reflections or tricks of light. They moved with purpose, as if following their own invisible routine. But here's where it gets truly terrifying. Fresh ticket stubs were found scattered on the seats, all stamped with that morning's date. The timestamps showed passengers had boarded just minutes before. But there was no record of anyone ever getting off. The station master pulled the archived footage from earlier that morning. What he saw changed everything. At 8:15 a.m., ordinary commuters approached the platform. They waited for their train like any other day. But when this phantom locomotive arrived, they walked toward it with vacant expressions, their movements strangely synchronized. Witnesses came forward over the following days. They remembered stepping onto that train. They remembered the doors closing behind them. They remembered the familiar sounds of the subway system. But their memories ended there, like pages torn from a book. They had no recollection of their destination, their journey, or how they eventually made it home. The train continued its route, collecting more passengers at each stop. People entered, but security cameras showed the carriages remained empty. Station attendants watched in horror as commuters disappeared the moment they crossed the threshold. Then, between Harajuku and Yoyogi stations, the impossible happened. The train simply vanished from the tracks. No tunnel to hide in, no side rails to divert to. It dissolved into the darkness like smoke. Railway engineers scoured every inch of the underground system. They found nothing, no trace, no evidence, no explanation. The other trains on the line continued operating normally, as if that phantom locomotive had never existed. 3 weeks later, it reappeared at the same platform, empty again, silent again. The passenger logs showed dozens of people had boarded during those missing weeks, but not a single soul was found inside. The train cars were pristine, as if they had been waiting in some liminal space beyond our understanding. Investigations revealed something even more disturbing. The train's identification number matched a locomotive that had been decommissioned in 1967, after a tragic accident that claimed 43 lives. Those passengers had been traveling to work on an ordinary Tuesday morning when their train derailed in a tunnel collapse. Their bodies were never recovered. So I have to ask you this. If that train pulled into your station today, doors opening with that same mechanical certainty, shadows dancing in the windows, would you step inside? The entire line was shut down permanently within a month. Officially, it was due to technical difficulties and safety concerns. But the real reason? Some journeys are never meant to end, and some passengers never find their way home. Even now, nearly 30 years later, commuters report glimpsing a phantom train in the tunnels beneath Tokyo. It still runs on schedule, still collecting passengers for a destination that exists nowhere on any map. And sometimes, late at night, you can hear the distant sound of doors opening and closing in the abandoned stations, waiting for the next soul brave enough to board a train with no conductor.